family, and welcome back to In the Passenger Seat with your girl, Alethea Clemens, where we take life by the wheel and we avoid every burnout detour along the way. Listen, today we are going to talk about something that most of us has been trapped in. I know that I have because I am constantly trying to get it. I'm a go, 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 go. And sometimes I don't stop. And sometimes I feel like that's what I have to do in order to succeed. Like I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing myself. We're going to talk about the hustle 24/7 culture. When did this become the norm? When did this become okay? Like, you feel guilty about just having time for yourself without checking that email, making sure that this is okay, making sure that your work is done. When is it okay to just breathe, rest, and take time for yourself without feeling like there's always something to do? Listen, I do not know who needs to hear this, but constantly grinding does not make you a superhero. It just make you tired. I'm gonna say it again. Constantly grinding, constantly going does not make you a superhero. All that shit does is it make you tired. So when is it going to stop? How do we fix this? Because this is a trap. Like, where does this hustle culture come from? Like, who thought about this? Who approved this hustle culture? So how do we end up believing that burnout equals success? Somewhere along the way, we started to feel like overworking was this badge of honor. Oh yeah, I don't work 110 hours a week. That's not nothing to celebrate. Like you are tired, and what are you getting out of it? So that they have folks that like brag about it humbly. Oh well, I just slept three hours this week. Are you okay? Are you all right? Like you that listen, that does not make you overworking, does not make you more successful. Again, when are we going to take time out for ourselves? Burnout is actually killing productivity. It does not make you more productive. It's actually doing the opposite, because if you're only running on 3 hours of sleep, how are you going to function? How are you going to operate? How are you being more productive? Listen, my next guest, nobody hustles harder than people in the music industry. Nobody hustles harder. And I know somebody, my next guest, he knows all about the hustle culture. He is a rapper. I have seen his videos on TikTok. I've seen them on IG. I love everything that he does. We are going to talk about it later on. But let me introduce you to the rap phenomenon, changing the game, doing his thug thizzle, JunoFlo. Run that clip.
Jumping, jumping. Got bougie on my neck, she like my chain. She bag it up on me, I forgot her name. I'm I ain't looking for love, ain't got no diamond rings for you. But just for the night, I think I'm custom made for you. Fresh in a white tee, checks all on me like I left Nike. Ooh, she can Pisces, swim to the lake up, if you wanna fight me. Right outside the club, I go out eternity, just want a photo. We don't call the police, we kinda homies. She like on me, bitch, back up off me. Ayy, what? Okay, I'm too turned up. Pour that 1942 up in a cup. Ay, yeah, kick him at the top, off top, yeah. Cause I don't need no love.
Listen, Juno! Come on, JunoFlo! Come on, Juno!
Thank you, Alethea. I
Oh
appreciate
my
it.
goodness. Listen, I was, yeah, yeah. Go, Juno. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I love the energy. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I have already introduced you, but can you introduce yourself to the beautiful people that watch in the passenger seat? Can you tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, guys? My name is Juno. I go by JunoFlo, and I'm an artist, songwriter, and producer. Originally from Los Angeles, but now I'm based in New York. So I've been making music for most of my life, and I'm here now. So glad to be here with you.
How did you start out making music? Like how did you say, okay, this is what I want to make music?
Yeah, it's actually funny because I had like the very typical Asian household upbringing where my mom forced me to play piano, and I
Mm.
I hated every second of it when I was a kid. I was like I think I played for like 10 years, and I hated every second of it. For some reason, like it was like this thing where because I was forced to do it and like I learned it, I got better at it, but at the end when I finally quit like my piano lessons, that was like one of those days where I was like, oh my god, like I'm so happy that it's done now.
Yeah.
But now that I look back, like I'm very grateful for my parents for for doing that to me because I feel like that kind of embedded like music into my brain, and then I started writing. I started writing like some poetry, and like I wanted to rap back in like high school because that's when I was just like really listening to all the classic hip hop joints, and I started rapping in high school, but I recorded my first song in 2010 through like a I didn't have like a recording setup or anything. I didn't even have a computer. So I asked my roommate, I'm like, hey, could I borrow your MacBook? I want to use your garage band. And I had my little Apple earphones, the wired ones.
Yes.
So I connected it and I wrote like this rap over like this jazzy hip hop beat that I really loved. And so I was like, I recorded it. And I was like, cool. Like, I mean, I don't know how to engineer. Like, I knew nothing. All I knew was I wanted to rap. So
Okay.
I recorded it in GarageBand. Then I posted it on SoundCloud. And then I posted it on Facebook to all my Facebook friends at the time. And I'm like, hey guys, like, check out my rap.
Like this is me. Like check this
Yeah,
out. What y'all
yeah,
think? Like
yeah.
this me right
Yeah, yeah,
here.
exactly. Yeah, so I posted it, and I got a good response, and then uh one of my friends on Facebook was like, "Hey," he messaged me on the side. He was like, "Hey, if you want to record, like I have a studio. You should come." So I was like, "Whoa," like, "Oh, that's really cool." So that opened up a whole new world for me, and I got more passionate and more serious about like, okay, cool, like like I want to do this. So I made a mixtape. Um, then I made then I made like a duo group with my buddy Paul. We were called the Native Souls.
Okay.
So we were doing like a lot. We were just taking like very popular classic hip hop beats and we are just rapping over them. Like a lot of Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, a lot of Wu Tang stuff. And then yeah, and then 14 years later, you know, I'm I've been through a lot of ups and downs on this music journey. It took me to a lot of countries. I moved to Korea for a little bit because I got signed to a label out there.
Oh, cool.
So I was living in Korea for about 4 years, from 2016 to 2020, and making music in Korean. Or like, I guess like 50-50. It was like half English, half Korean.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I'm trying to like think of the condensed version right now because I feel like there's so much I can tell you, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, should I keep going or
Listen, I, I know that doing what you do require. You said 14 years.
yeah,
So doing what you do, and also your background, like you're raised like, look, I gotta work, I gotta get it, I gotta do it, I gotta push, I gotta push. And the what does the hustle culture mean to you? And do you implement that
Mm.
in what you're doing now?
Yeah. No, that's a great question. And also this topic, it's cool that we're talking about this because this is something that like I've always thought about and felt, and I was actually just having a conversation with my buddy the other day about it. But yeah, like I feel like I was raised into the hustle culture, like
Okay.
especially like being, being Korean, and
Mm-hmm.
my family and my upbringing has always been like you got to excel at everything you do, right? And whatever you do, like make sure you're the best at it, and be good at everything. so so I grew up in that way where like I had to be extremely competent, and I had to put in my all for everything, or else like I'd be grilled for it. And musically too, like, I didn't know a lot of the, like, how it'll be these long nights, long hours, no sleep. Like I'm probably gonna have to be in situations where there's a lot of alcohol involved for extended
Mm.
periods of time, and like, all these things that have to do with hustle culture too. Like even though that, when people think of like clubbing and partying and stuff, like, they think of it as like, oh, you're just having fun. But then I realized
No,
yeah, like once I got into the music world, I was like, oh, this is
that's
work.
work.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm working all day, then I'm going to the club and I'm working all night. Like, um, so that's something I learned over the years, and yeah, like the hustle culture is definitely, uh it's like very prominent right now. Everybody wants to be the, like all grind, no sleep.
Yes.
And I've also been that person, and I'm still guilty of it now because
Same.
I just work as much as I can because I feel like I'm not where I aim to be yet. So yeah, I'm still guilty of it, but I'm trying to
Same.
balance it out, you know.
How did, ba- how did your background, because you said like it was always, I have to be the best. It was like your best, or it's just not good enough. You
Hmm.
give it your all, or is nothing. How
Yeah.
did growing up like that affect you positively and negatively?
Mm. I feel like the positive aspect of it was that it trained me mentally to want to continue to seek like knowledge and the skill to be really good at whatever I was interested in. So it allowed me to be able to learn and like absorb information.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the type of person now where if I get into something, if I'm like really interested about, like, I don't know, this one thing about production, right? And I was never like a producer to begin with. I was more of a just like a songwriter, rapper. But because I got interested in it, I locked myself in my room, and that's all I did, all I learned, because I wanted to make sure like I get to a level where I can display this to the world and they'll be like, "Oh wow, this is good." Just like objectively, I guess. But um so it allowed me to condition myself to like keep working harder and not like burn out in a sense, because I was interested in learning more. So that's the positive part, I think. And then the negative part is that I would constantly compare myself and
Ooh.
seek what I thought was like perfect, I guess, but
Mm-hmm.
there is no perfect, right? Like you're just you're you, and you're going to be as good as you are in this moment, which is probably already good enough, but we don't think it. And I think that's how I've felt most of my life. just not even in music, you know, just like in everything else in life, like social norms and like I just like me presenting myself like in any type of way. But when it came to music, I was like, oh wow, yeah, like I'm creating something and showing this to the world to be like, hey guys, look, you know, this is me being vulnerable. Look at what I made, and everyone is gonna have a judgment or opinion on it, and
Yes.
yeah, and that always like scared me because I was always the type to like keep to myself. So sharing something with the world was always like very intimidating, and I think I was always thinking I wasn't good enough.
Mm.
So that would be the negative side of the whole like, you know, the whole hustle nonstop is like I kept comparing myself and I was like, you know, I don't think this is good enough. Like, no, I need to make it better. I need to make it better. But sometimes I mean like now I realize like, you know what? Like this is good. What I have right here,
Right. Like
like this is good.
because one of those common myths in the hustle culture is constant motion equals worth.
Mm,
Like the like lie is that like busier you are, the more valuable you are.
right,
Like
right.
the more that you do, the more that you work, it equates to your value.
Yeah.
But running on empty isn't noble because it does not sustain you. Like it
It's true.
it I'm like you're running on empty for what?
Yeah.
Like what are you doing it for? Like I was guilty. Like
Hmm.
I used to feel bad about taking breaks. Like I would feel bad if I stopped. Like if I would answer the phone, if I would answer an email right then and there, if I wouldn't show up, y'all. If y'all don't hear, you do not have to show up for everything that everybody asks you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have to show up. The world does not stop spinning just because you didn't show up. The world does not stop spinning just because you didn't answer that email or answer the phone. Like the world keeps going,
Yeah.
but we don't.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
world keeps going, but we stop because we are
Mm-hmm.
exhausted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like productivity without purpose is just noise.
Mm. Ooh, that's real. That's real.
Like
Yeah.
you just making noise. Like
Yeah.
that's just it's just pots and pans just clanging with not like you're just going.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
no,
how did
that's so real.
uh, so you said that
Yeah.
you were like it made you compare
Hmm.
yourself to like okay well I'm I'm not good enough like it should I be better how did you overcome that being in constant c- competition in essence with yourself
Mm.
like you were in constant competition to
Yeah.
always one up yourself. How did you get over that?
You know, I feel like I'm still trying my best to get over it. I don't think I've fully succeeded in that sense, but
Mm-hmm.
I've learned and grown a lot from my time in the music industry and world for the last like 8 years ish. Because that's when I started to actually go full time and I started to make, you know, a small living out of music. And I was like, wow, this is possible. But because of that, there was a lot of pressures that came with it. And over the years, yeah, like I kept comparing myself to the players at the highest level because I wanted to be up there, you know, and I still do. So like everything that I do, I'm always thinking in my head like, oh, like can this compete? Like, can this be played on the radio? Can I hear this in a DJ set with, if like yada yada's playing it, so I'm still growing into myself, but I feel very proud and
You
um
should.
comfortable at, yeah, thank you, at like where I am, because I think I've found a bit of my voice over the years. And of course that was through constant experimentation, constant uh comparison, sad to say, but I would absorb, like, the things that inspire me, the things that I would like to or like the type of moods or feelings that I would also like to show when it comes to my music. And I thought about, how can I make this my own? If there's like this type of flow that I take, like, from, let's just say, like, I like this flow that Kendrick did over here, but then it's like, okay, like, I don't want to just copy that. Like, how do I make it my own? How do I make it me?
I love
And
it.
that's something that I'm constantly working at. And I'm trying my best to, like, share my story, because I feel like that's what makes me me, and nobody else can tell you the story that I'm telling, and nobody else can tell the story that you're
Yes.
telling, Yeah.
I love that. And I don't think what people realize, I know for me, because it happened with me, because I was in band. I was a band nerd, and I
Oh.
played, yeah, right, band nerd. I played the clarinet, and I also played the oboe, and I loved band. Like band
That's so
band.
cool.
Thank you. And band was my jam. But the
Oh.
more pressure that other people put on me, and the more pressure that I put on myself to succeed,
Yeah.
it takes the fun out of it.
Hmm.
And that's exactly what happened. Like, it took the fun out of just being in band,
Yeah.
just having it takes the fun. So the more that we try to reach a certain level of success, it takes the fun out of what we're actually doing, and the, like, fun out of what we love.
Yeah.
And I love that you have found a very unique way to also have fun
Hmm.
and promote what you do. So
Yeah.
I watched your TikTok videos,
Oh, okay.
and I love how you are true to you. You incorporate fun, but you're also pushing out your like songs, your like videos. Listen, okay,
Mhm.
if y'all do not know what I am talking about, watch this.
Something about your love got a hold on me. I can't leave you alone. I felt the highs, I felt the lows. Stuck to the ground, ain't over that leather and crown. Always felt like an outcast, like I was from Atlanta. I was ditching class, yelling Caroline with that blunt roll, with that pack of fire, or a pack of heat just to pass the time. My soul sharp, like I'm in Camelot. Excalibur, you ain't on my caliber, so you a baby sucking on a pacifier. Call me your excellence, cause I'm a paradigm.
Listen, listen, like you are sick with it, and I love it.
Thank you.
You
Thank you
are
so much.
sick with it. Like,
I appreciate you.
how did you come up with these concepts?
Um, I just wanted to figure out, like, a way to showcase my music, but also showcase a little bit of my personality. Because that's something I always struggled with. I was very to myself, and, like, I
Hmm.
didn't want to be all revealing and, like, vulnerable. And but then, these days, you gotta people become fans of you as a person,
Exactly.
and that might be a little more important than the fan of the music. because if they just like you as a person, they're gonna love everything you do, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
can you just run that back one more? Because somebody somewhere needed to hear exactly what you just
Mm,
said.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, it's something that I'm continually learning too, because there's so many talented musicians out there, so many talented people, producers, and you can make the greatest song in the world, but if people don't like you for who you are, then they're not gonna listen to the song, right? And if they do find a song, then that's amazing, and they'll be like, wow, this is an amazing song. But then if they go to check on your, like, who you are as a person, like social media and whatnot, and they'll be like, oh, this is boring. Like there's nothing here. Yeah, because like people love geniuses, but at the same time, like they they want to be entertained in a way,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that's something I thought a lot about, because there are so many videos out there that are just like, look at me rap, like, yo, this is me in a cool spot, like there's a bridge behind me and I'm rapping, which I actually
There's a
did in the
bridge
music video.
behind me and I'm rapping.
Or like I got the Lambo in the back and I'm on the hood rapping. Like these are all very common videos, and I've made all of these too. Like I've done all of these, but over time people get tired of seeing the same thing, right? And um I
They
feel
they
like,
they, they want to know you.
yeah, yeah, and I wanted to figure out, like, how do I draw them in, be like, hey, look at, this is something funny about me, and then like boom, and then it's me rapping. So
Well,
yeah.
speaking of being vulnerable, we have come to the segment of the show called Ask Alethea, where a follower sends in a scenario or something that they need help with, and I, as well as my guests, give them advice.
Okay,
So
amazing.
this is the Ask Alethea. Alethea, how do I deal with people who don't support my growth? Ever since I started setting boundaries, focusing on my goals, and saying no more often, I've had friends, even family members, act like I'm doing something wrong. It's like they like me better when I was struggling.
Mm,
How do I keep evolving without feeling guilty? So, I mean, first of all, and let me say this for the people in the back, there is absolutely nothing wrong with growing and guarding your peace. That is what you are supposed to do. There
mm,
is absolutely nothing wrong with that. People who benefited from your lack of boundaries will always feel some type of way when you start enforcing them. They
mm,
will always feel some type of way when you start saying, look, no, I'm I'm not doing that. But that doesn't make you wrong. It just means that you're healing, you're growing, you're evolving. You're doing what you are supposed to do for you. And not everybody is ready to meet that new version of you be- because they are comfortable with the old one.
mm,
But your job is not to make people comfortable. Your growth will make people uncomfortable. That just is what it is, but it's not your burden to carry. Some folks like you better when you were smaller.
mm,
Is they like you better when you dimmed your light, and it's not you being selfish. It's just you finally choosing yourself. So glow up guilt, you shouldn't feel guilty about it. You are choosing yourself. And that's what you should do.
mm,
Juno.
that's facts. That's facts. I've actually never heard that term, glow up guilt, but that's, yeah, that's a very good, like, term to describe that. Yeah, because people do, people get jealous, people start hating when you start doing good for yourself,
Yes.
and it's funny to see like how the people around you that you thought were your friends can feel that way. That's
Ooh.
uh, yeah, yeah. Just like you said, like people like it when you are exactly where you are, and if you end up doing something that kind of surpasses what they might be doing, they'll feel a way about it. So that's yeah.
So what ad- advice would you give our follower that, like, how do I not feel guilty about choosing me?
I I feel like yeah, like we all have to continue to make decisions that make us feel good, whether that's physical, mental, or spiritual. Because if you're constantly giving away your energy and time to other people, then at the end of the day, you have nothing for yourself. And this is something that I've been practicing too. It's like I always make sure I have time to sit with myself and think about like where I am in life and mentally and what I want to do and the things that make me happy. And I go out of my way to make me happy. I feel like
Ooh.
that's what I try to do. And um there's this thing I learned recently called it's called the artist state, right?
Okay.
And it's just like as an artist or as as anybody as yourself, right? But it's called the artist state because it was referring to artists specifically, but it's basically like you should take yourself on an artist date. Take yourself on that date. Whatever that thing may be that can spark a curiosity in your heart or uh just anything that interests you. Just take yourself on that date. Go to that park. See that statue. Go to that I don't know clay build pottery class just because you want it. But just do it yourself and do it for yourself and not for anybody else. Because if you take someone else with you, then you're gonna be thinking about how does this person feel? Are they tired?
Oh, yes.
Are they hungry? Oh, should we actually go this way? Should we go that way? Like there are all these other factors that come to play. So yeah, take yourself on that date and feed your soul.
And I love when you said, and I am going to use this in my life, and I'm gonna start telling other people this. Go out of your way to make you happy.
Yeah.
Go out of your way, because we do go out of our way for everybody else, but
Yes.
we rarely go out of our way for us.
Yeah.
So go out of your way to make you happy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Ooh. Oh,
Yes.
dropping knowledge, dropping bars. Wait. Speaking of dropping bars. So,
Yeah.
like, do you like just freestyle, or like do you just like write stuff down, or do you just?
I mainly write. There were a couple of songs in my past that I've just freestyled because I've just like gone in there and did it. But I feel like I try my best to write because
So
I
so
just
if
like
so
to.
so so what you're saying, if I like give you a little you can
Oh man,
you
shit.
can
I, I
you can
feel
do a
like I
little
should be able to, but man, I feel like right now it might be kind of hard. Shit.
well,
Yeah.
look,
I
and,
probably should have
and
came ready though. Damn.
no, but just in case I would have dropped that.
Mhm.
You could have. Oh, my name is Juno, and I'm the best.
Yeah. Oh man,
I love it.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. So listen, God, Juno, I am so happy that you came to be in the passenger seat with me. Before we get out of here, like we were talking about burnout and how to re- reset. So I have these are three tools that'll help you reset and get out of that burnout mentality, first of all, I need you to remember productivity without purpose is just noise. You define your own version of success. You, not your boss, not social media, just you. You define your own level of success. Number two, schedule rest like that bitch is a meeting. Schedule your rest. Ske- put that in your planner. Look, today I'm going to rest. I'm rest. Schedule it. Put it on your look because rest is what fundamental. Because I love naps. Number three, celebrate quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. One focus hour, just 1 hour of you being totally focused, totally zoned in, beats 8 distracted hours. If you
Facts.
just have 1 hour of good focus and 3 hours of nonsense, which one is better? Quality over quantity. That is how you reset. That is how you keep yourself from burnout. So, we're going to do two more things before I let you leave. Now, you do have a new album that is out, or you do have an album, just Juno. Can you give us a little
Yeah, yeah.
what is just Juno? What is it about? Where can we find just Juno? Can you give us a quick little rundown of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the latest album that I dropped, it was last June. It's titled just Juno because that album was a it was like a sonic journey of my life in the last couple of years, like the last 2 to 3 years, and I felt like it was a great representation of like who I am and who the type of artist that I want to be. Because if you listen to the album, there's a lot of genres that are blended in there. Like I used to just make primarily hip hop and R&B, and that was it. But over the years, like I love all types of music, and I've grown to be courageous enough to be like, oh, you know what, like I could do that too, and I love experimenting. I love hearing sounds that like I've never heard before, or like I've never used before, and showcasing it in a way like, look, this is different. Cause I don't want to keep pumping out the exact same music. I don't want to keep making the same songs that you hear on the radio or like that go viral. Cause then like I'm just cloning myself, to these other people.
Hmm.
So that's why it's titled just Juno, because I thought it was just me. Like and in the album, I mix a lot of hip hop, a lot of dance music. There's a bit of house, a bit of like UK garage, a little bit of techno, and a little bit of soul. So that album is the culmination of like just everything that I've been working on, and I also created it in that way because I got into DJing about like 2 3 years ago, and I wanted to make music that I could also just DJ out. Like if I'm doing a house set, like if I'm doing like a classic house set, then I want to have music that I made that I could put in there too, rather
I
than
love it.
just playing like all other people's music.
I
So
love it.
so that was my ambition with that album. Um, I'm pretty proud of it because I produced everything on there with the help of my buddy Doomsday and my other buddy Chucky. So it just felt like everything that was in my brain, that like the chaos in here, I got to structure it in some sonic way, and that's
I
what that
love
album.
it. Oh my gosh. So can you tell us where to find not only that album, but all things Juno Flow?
Yeah, I'm on Spotify, Apple, every streaming platform under JunoFlo. JunoFlo. Same thing with Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's all under JunoFlo. Oh no, wait, TikTok's under Jiggy Juno, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the last thing that we do is something called pass it on, where we you pass on a message that either a follower needs to hear or to my next guest. You pass on something motivational, positive. It can be a quote that you heard or something that just comes from you.
Mm.
So, what
Yeah.
do you want to pass on?
Um, I would say this is something that I've been feeling a lot lately, but um, ask for help,
Mm,
and your friends around you or the people that surround you that believe in you and love what you do, they will be glad to help you. Cause I've gotten into or I've grown up with this whole mindset of like I have to do it myself. Like I have to succeed by myself. Like I can't ask for no favors. I can't be in debt to anybody. But then
mm,
over time I realized like we can't do it. We can't do everything ourselves. And we need the people around us and uh we shouldn't feel ashamed of asking for help in any way or form because if we do ask, the person who is being asked, they might also be happy that you asked. They'll be like, "Wow, you think that I can help you," and because of that, they might, it'll make them feel good too. It's like, look, let me help you. Because if my friend asked me for help, I'd be like, yeah, let me help you, like whatever way I can. So I'm trying to think that way too. Where like, oh yeah, like ask for help, and the people around you will help you for it.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Oh my God. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for being with me in the passenger seat. Listen, guys, the hustle culture, it will sell you a dream that will leave you drained. It'll just leave you drained. So now is the time to reclaim your life. Now is the time to refill your cup. And just think about this. You don't have to hustle every day to be worthy. You already are worthy. You are doing enough. You are doing enough. If you are doing your best, you're doing enough. And like I tell y'all all the time, do your best and fuck the rest. I mean, that is just what it is. Do your best and fuck the rest. All right. Listen, your challenge this week is to choose one area where you can trade hustle for purpose. Be intentional. Be intentional. Whether it's saying no to like a project or just binge watching your favorite show, if you are intentional about it, then you are doing a good job. Do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Do it for you. All right. So thank you for being in the passenger seat with me, guys. Send me those DMs. Keep sending me those emails for Ask Alethea Pimpin Positivity at gmail.com. Pimpin Positivity at gmail.com because you might be the next one to be featured on In the Passenger Seat. Now, listen, you know that you are everything and everything is you. So I need you to go out there and act like it. You know that you are the shit, the whole shit, and nothing but the what? Yes, honey, the shit. So go out there and act like it. So as you go out there and be great in their face, always be great in your own. Now, honey, you be fabulous like I know you can be. And as always, you have a good day on purpose, huh? You won't go.